Oh, what?
The Shadow Play works with OBS.
Oh, okay.
Welcome!
Hey.
I'm Michael.
I'm Oliver.
Katawa Shoujo. Disability girls, because that's not offensive.
Yeah,
Realistically, if you want to think about it that way, this entire game's kind of offensive.
I don't know.
This mouse is kind of iffy sometimes.
Well, good thing you're using the fucking Xbox One controller.
Yeah.
Alright. Oh man, your phone's going off. Unprofessional.
It was alerting me that it had a 100% charge.
Oh, good. I can't believe your phone alerts you. Apple
It's an
doesn't
app.
do that. Oh.
So do you want to do the narration, or I'll do the narration? I'll be all the girls if you want.
Fuck, I'll do the narration then, I guess.
Do you want to be, what is it, Hisao? Is that his name?
I don't know how his name's pronounced. Fuck that.
Is it Hisao?
Yeah.
Hisao.
He's alright. A light breeze causes the naked branches overhead to rattle like wooden wind chimes. This is a popular retreat for couples in the summer. The deciduous trees provide a beautiful green canopy far out of sight of teachers and fellow students. But now, in late winter, it feels like I'm standing under a pile of kindling. I breathe into my cupped hands and rub them together furiously to prevent them from numbing in this cold. Just how long am I expected to wait out here anyway? I'm sure the note said 4 o'clock p.m. Ah yes, the note, slipped between the pages of my math book while I wasn't looking. As far as cliches go, I'm more a fan of the letter in the locker, but at least this way it shows a bit of initiative. As I ponder the meaning of the note, the snowfall gradually thickens. The snowflakes silently falling from the white-painted sky are the only sign of time passing in this stagnant world. Their slow descent upon the frozen forest makes it seem like time is slowed to a crawl. The rustling of dry snow underfoot startles me, interrupting the quiet mood. Someone is approaching me from behind.
Shia LaBeouf.
Hi, Hisao. You came?
A hesitating, barely audible question. However, I recognize the owner of that dainty voice instantly. I feel my heart skip a beat. It's a voice I've listened to hundreds of times, but never as more than an eavesdropper to a conversation. I turn to face this voice, the voice of my dreams, and my heart begins to race. Wanako? I got a note telling me to wait here. It was yours? Damn it, I spent all afternoon trying to come up with a good line, and that was the result. Pathetic.
Yes. I asked a friend to give you that note. I'm so glad you got it.
A shy, joyous smile that makes me so tense I couldn't move a single muscle even if I tried. You sure it's the smile, buddy? My heart is pounding now, as if it were trying to burst out from my chest and claim this girl for itself. Alright. So, here we are. Out in the cold.
I think the term you're looking for, Hisao, is xenomorph chest burster.
Dear God. Once again, the wind stirs up the branches. The fuck? Cacophonous noise is music to my ears. I see that word every time, and I'm just like, shit. Wanako flinches ever so softly against the gust of wind. Dear God, you don't have to act this out. You know that, right? There's no face cam. You don't have a face cam. I'd do face cam if we had it. As it passes, she rights herself, as if supported by some new confidence. Her eyes lock with mine, and she lazily twirls her long, dark hair around her finger. All the while, the anxious beating of my heart grows louder. My throat is tight. I doubt I could even force a word out if I tried.
You see, I wanted to know if you'd go out with me.
I stand there, motionless, save for my pounding heart. I want to say something in reply, but my vocal cords feel like they've been stretched beyond the breaking point.
Hisao?
I reach up to try to massage my throat, but this only sends spikes of blinding pain along my arms.
Well, this guy really has a fear of commitment.
Oh yeah, no kidding.
Hisao?
My whole body freezes, save for my eyes, which shoot open in terror.
A simple no would have sufficed.
Right?
He's down!
The beating in my chest suddenly stops and I go weak at the knees. The world around me, the canopy of bare branches, the dull winter sky, Iwanako running towards me, all these fade to black. The last thing I remember before slipping away are the sounds of Iwanako screaming for help and the incessant clatter of the branches above. Fuck nature.
Beep. Beep. Beep.
Literally, I saw this the first time I saw this, I was like, immediately my brain went to trauma team. And I'm like, no, I need to stop. Like, Jesus Christ.
Writing Anonymous 22.
Imagine if someone made a trauma.
What if it was just like 22 people that didn't want to be credited?
Oh my god.
They thought like this game was gonna be shit. I say game. It's more of a choose your own adventure book.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful.
Pretty
Lucky.
chill, I like it.
Syringe and
What the fuck is that next to the syringe?
that's actually his cold
Is
iron
that a
heart.
bullet?
No.
Or no, it's gotta be one of those squeezy, like, dropper things.
No, I actually shot you.
God damn it. That's why my heart wouldn't stop pounding. Fuck.
Yeah, it was actually pumping blood out of the hole in your stomach.
I'm gonna forget, like, every 3 seconds how to actually say this guy's name, so expect me to ask you a lot. It's been 4 months since my heart attack. Dear God, what an opening. In that whole time, I can probably count the times I've left this hospital room unsupervised on one hand. 4 months is a pretty long time when you're left alone with your thoughts, so I've had plenty of time to come to terms with my situation. Arrhythmia. A strange word. A foreign, alien one.
Well, of course it's foreign. You're Japanese. That sounds probably. I assume it's Greek, but
One that you don't want to be in the same room with. A rare condition. It causes the heart to act erratically and occasionally beat way too fast. It can be fatal. Apparently I've had it for a long time. They said it was a miracle that I was able to go on so long without anything happening. Is that really a miracle? I guess it was supposed to make me feel better. More appreciative of my life. It really didn't do anything to cheer me up. My parents, I think, were hit harder by the news than I was. They practically had 2 hemorrhages apiece. I had already had a full day by then to digest everything. To them, it was all fresh. They were even willing to sell our house in order to pay for a cure. Of course, there isn't a cure. Because of the late discovery of this condition, I've had to stay at the hospital to recuperate from the treatments. When I was first admitted, it felt as if I was missed. For about a week, my room in the ward was full of flowers, balloons, and cards. But the visitors soon dwindled, and all the get-well gifts began trickling down to nothing shortly after. I realized that the only reason I'd gotten so many cards and flowers was because sending me their sympathy had been turned into a class project.
dicks.
Maybe some people were genuinely concerned, but I doubt it. Even in the beginning, I barely had visitors. By the end of the first month, only my parents came by on a regular basis. Iwanako was the last one to stop visiting. After 6 weeks, I never saw her again. We never had that much to talk about when she visited anyway. We didn't touch the subject that was between us on that snowy day ever again. I mean, you kind of rejected her in the most dramatic way possible. Like, Jesus.
I don't think you did not get through any of the routes, I assume?
No.
I for some reason I started saying route in one way, and then I changed it halfway
Roads.
through. Routes? Raul!
The hospital? It's not really a place I'd like to live in. The doctors and nurses feel so impersonal and faceless. It's because they are faceless! I guess it's because they're in a hurry and they have a million other patients waiting for them, but it makes me feel uncomfortable.
Is the girl ready to become no one?
Dear God.
Game of Thrones.
For the first month or so, I asked the head cardiologist every time I saw him for a rough estimate of when I'd be able to leave.
What? Who said you'd be able to leave? Mwah! Ha! 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 We've already begun harvesting your organs and selling them on the Russian black market.
He's like that one fucking weird creepy doctor from New Blood, just like with the weird glasses thing. He never answered anything in a straightforward way, but told me to wait and see if the treatment and surgeries worked. So I idly observed the scar that those surgeries had left on my chest slowly change its appearance over time, thinking of it as some kind of an omen. I still ask the head cardiologist about leaving, but my expectations are low enough now that I'm not disappointed anymore when I don't get a reply. The way he shuffles around the answer shows that there's at least some hope.
What if this is a Marvel alternate universe where Wolverine doesn't have his regenerative healing capabilities? The face he gave me just then was amazing.
Fucking Christ. At some point I stopped watching TV. I don't know why, I just did.
Because TV sucks.
Same. Maybe it was the wrong kind of escapism for my situation.
No, TV just sucks. Except for Game of Thrones and SpongeBob, but those are pretty good.
I started reading instead.
And My Little Pony.
Shut the fuck up. There was a small library at the hospital, although... Jesus Christ!
God damn it.
Thanks, Avast. Alright. So, we'll try that again. Sorry for the interruption. There was a small library at the hospital, although it was more a storeroom for books. I began working my way through it, one small stack at a time. After consuming them, I would go back for more. I found that I liked reading, and I think I even became a bit addicted. I started feeling naked without a book in my hands.
Nerd!
Shut the fuck up. But I love the stories.
Especially this new book, 50 Shades of Grey.
Dear God, no! Shut the fuck up.
I love this visual novel.
Do you think that they would do a Japanese translation of 50 Shades of Grey? Have they? Have they translated it into Japanese?
Knowing ancient Japanese culture like I do, there's a good chance.
Jesus Christ. That's what my life was like.
Like 50 Shades of Grey?
Shut the fuck up.
Okay, so you're Grey then.
Get out! Just leave. Leave.
It's my house.
Leave.
Please continue.
I'll take over this playthrough myself.
Please continue.
The days became increasingly harder to distinguish from each other, differing only by the book I was reading and the weather outside. It felt like time blurred into some kind of gooey mass while I was trapped inside instead of moving within.
If you're seeing time in a visual sense, you have more problems than just arrhythmia.
A week could go by without me really noticing it. Same. Sometimes, I'd pause in realization that I didn't know what day of the week it was. Also same.
Did it never occur to you to ask?
No, like, I know personally I'll sit there and I'll be at work and I'll be like, what day is it? Like, what? Like, I don't know. I'm like, it's...
Do you ever find that you've gone to work and you realized it's not you're not even supposed to be there? You're like, it's like the day before you're supposed to be there?
I actually showed up to work an hour early once because I thought that was the day I worked at 2 and it was actually a day that I worked at 3. And my boss was like, go home.
Go
I'll
home.
see you in an hour.
Go home, you're drunk.
And then he ended up pulling me aside anyways and was like, hey, you fucked this up. I'm gonna write you up for it. And I'm like, okay.
Go home, you're drunk.
No. But other times, all the things that surrounded me would painfully crash into my consciousness through the barriers of nonchalance I had set up for myself. The pages of my book would start to feel sharp and burning hot, and the heaviness in my chest would become so hard to bear that I had to put the book aside and just lay down for a while, looking at the ceiling as if I was going to cry. But that happened only rarely. And I couldn't even cry.
They make drops for that now.
Do they?
Well, yeah, they're like actor drops.
Oh yeah, alright, fair enough. Today the doctor comes in and gives me a smile. He seems excited, but not very. It's like he's trying to make an effort to be happy on my behalf.
So, you're not gonna die. Well, you probably won't die.
Today... My parents are here. It's been a few days since I've last seen them. Both of them are even sort of dressed up. Is this supposed to be some kind of special occasion? It's not a party.
They're actually having his funeral at the hospital. They're gonna tilt his bed out the window. Oh, that was sad. I have to go to a funeral tomorrow. Ow.
There's this ritual the head cardiologist has. He takes his time sorting his papers and setting them aside as if to make a point of the pointlessness of what he just did. Then he casually sits down on the edge of the bed next to mine. He looks me in the eyes for a moment.
I love you too, Hisao.
Are you reading for him or
Hello, Hisao. How are you today?
I don't answer him, but I smile a little back at him.
I believe that you can go home. Your heart is stronger now, and with some precautions, you should be fine. You simply must collect all 7 Dragon Balls.
Dear God.
We have all your medication sorted out. I'll give your father the prescription.
The doctor hands a sheet of paper to my dad, whose expression turns wooden as he reads it quickly.
So many!
I take it from his hand and take a look myself, feeling numb. How am I supposed to react to this? The absurdly long list of medications staring back at me from the paper seems insurmountable. They all blend together in a sea of letters.
I assume arrhythmia is a real thing.
Yeah, it is. Cardiac arrest, diarrhea, dysfunction.
How to medicate arrhythmia.
Ventricular.
Okay, I was gonna say, if you got another word in there, I was gonna punch you. Medications for arrhythmia. Now it's just like a fucking black mess.
Yeah,
You ever see those posts where it's like, I don't know, Zalgo or some shit like that, where just like the jumble of letters, some of them going vertical, and it's like there's a picture of like a Pikachu with like black goop leaking from his eyes.
Dear God, don't even...
Okay, Jesus Christ, yeah, okay.
Yeah, there's a list. This is insane. Side effects, adverse effects, contradictions, and dosages are listed line after line with cold precision.
That's contraindications.
Fuck you. I tried to read them, but it's so futile. Like my attempt to read this! I can't understand any of it. Attempting to only makes me feel sicker.
Curtis?
All this for the rest of my life, every day?
I highly doubt it. I'm afraid that this is the best we can do at this point. However, new medications are always being developed, so I wouldn't be surprised to see outlets fade over the years. By the time you're dead, you'll have only 25 medications to take every day for the rest of your life. Oh, wait.
Years? What kind of confidence booster is that? I'd have felt better if he hadn't said anything at all.
Also, I've spoken with your parents, and we believe that it would be best if you don't return to your old school. That bitch shot you. Please, calm down, Hisao. Listen to what the doctor has to say.
Calm down? The way he says it tells me he knew full well that I wouldn't like it. Am I gonna be homeschooled?
No, we're stupid as hell, man. We got a license for that shit.
Whatever my concern shows, it's ignored.
We all understand that your education is paramount. However, I don't think that it's wise for you to be without supervision. At least not until we're sure that your medication is suitable. So I've spoken to your parents about a transfer. It's a school called Yamaku Academy that specializes in dealing with disabled students.
Disabled? What? Am I?
It has a 24-hour nursing staff, and it's only a few minutes from a highly regarded general hospital. That show is goddamn fantastic.
My dad loves that show.
I've never actually seen it. The majority of students live on the campus. Think of it as a boarding school of sorts. It's designed to give students a degree of independence while keeping help nearby.
Independence? It's a school for disabled kids. Don't try to disguise that fact. If it was really that free, there wouldn't be a 24-hour nursing staff, and you wouldn't make a hospital being nearby a selling point.
That just sounds convenient.
I mean, yeah.
You are a prick. Of course, that's only if you want to go. But if you don't, we're probably just gonna leave you here. But your mother and I aren't really able to homeschool you. We went out there and had a look at a couple weeks back. I think you'd like it.
It looks like I really don't have a choice.
No, you don't.
Fuck.
Compared to other heart problems, people with your condition usually tend to live long lives. You'll need a job one day, and this is a good opportunity to continue your education.
This isn't an opportunity. Don't call it an opportunity. Don't call it a goddamn opportunity.
But it is, though.
Shut the fuck up, Doc.
Well, you should go fuck yourself. You should be excited at the
1v1 me, old man.
There's your heart, Hisao.
I say as I'm actually older than Michael.
Well, you should be excited at the chance to go back to school. I remember you wanted to return to school, and well, it's not the same one.
A special school. That's an insult. That's what I want to say. It's a step down.
But people might actually like you here. I mean, your lack of personality doesn't matter.
Right.
It's not what you think. All of the students there are pretty active in their own sort of way. It's geared towards students that can still get around and learn, but just need a little help in one way or another. Your father is right, and many of the graduates of the school have gone to do amazing things. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. One of my colleagues in another hospital is a graduate.
I don't care. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability? That's what a disability is.
Well, this guy's really ableist right now. I can't even, man.
Jesus, calm the fuck down, child.
Me or him?
Him.
Okay.
I really hate that something so important was decided for me, but what can I do about it? A normal life is out of the question now. It's funny. I'd always thought my life was actually kind of boring, but now I miss it.
Hey, at least it's fun.
I want to protest. I want to blame this lack of reaction on shock or fatigue. I could easily yell out something now, something about how I can go back to school anyways, but no. I don't say anything. The fact is that I know now is futile. I look around the room, feeling very tired of all this. The hospital, doctors, my condition, everything. I don't see anything that would make me feel any different. There really isn't a choice. I know this, but the thought of going to a disabled school, what are those even like? As much as I try to put a positive spin on this, it's very difficult.
I assume it's basically the same, but there are typically more ramps. Probably everything has a Braille translation.
I don't know.
Probably more books for the deaf kids.
But let me try. A clean slate isn't a bad thing. That's all I can think of to get me through this. At least I still have something. Even if it's a special school, it's something. It's a fresh start, and my life isn't over. It'd be a mistake to just resign myself to thinking that. At the very least, I'll try to see what my new life will look like.
Blind, deaf, armless, legless, burned. Oh, and
Terrifying.
yeah, bullshit crazy.
I'm sorry. Misha scares the fuck out of me.
Let's fuck Misha.
You can't.
Bad ending.
Shut the fuck up. The gate looked far too pompous for what it was.
It's a gate!
In fact, gates in general seem to do that, but this one especially so.
You poor fucking twat.
Red bricks, black wrought iron, and gray plaster assembled into a hole that didn't feel welcoming at all.
You fucking prick. I love that gate.
It looks way fancier than public school here.
Well, it isn't exactly public school.
Fair enough, and it's in Japan, so...
Considering when we say public school, we mean public school.
We mean American public school.
No, when we say public school, we mean unless they have a very valid reason, they gotta let your ass in. British public school is, you go there, you learn how to be a pompous dickbag, and then you make fun of people who didn't go to public school.
Yeah. The American education system is just entirely fucked, and we've all accepted it.
Well, it's fucking better than Somalia's. Better than North Korea's.
Fair enough, but it's still pretty fucked.
Like, I guarantee you, it is better than fucking Greece's. Forever alone.
I wondered if it looked like what a gate for a school should look like, but couldn't really decide. Probably no. Of course, I didn't want to get stuck on thinking about the gate for too long, so I entered through it with a brisk pace that felt surprisingly good. Moving forward feels good.
I think that's the breeze.
So I walked towards the main building of Yamaku Academy with this brisk pace. I'm alone, as my parents are taking my stuff to the dorms, and there's supposed to be someone waiting for me.
You basically never have to lift anything ever again. Why are you complaining?
I don't know. The grounds are incredibly lush, filled with green. It doesn't feel like the kind of grounds a school would have. More like a park, with a clean walkway going past trees and the smell of fresh cut grass, and all other park-like things. What defines a park from just...
Do Japanese schools not water the grass?
Do they not mow the lawn?
Alright.
Words like clean and hygienic pop into my mind. It makes me shudder.
I wouldn't say hygienic for our school district, but clean sometimes. Sometimes.
Well, I'm assuming he means clean and hygienic, like hospital standard clean and hygienic, not like public school standard clean and hygienic. I shake them off. Stay open-minded now. It's your new life. You have to take it as it comes. That's what I tell myself. You know, he's actually surprisingly good at giving himself a pep talk, because, like, I'd be sitting there and be like, fuck, 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 fuck. A few big buildings loom behind the leafy canopies. Too big and too many for just a school. Everything seems off. It's different from what I thought I knew about schools. It's an uncanny valley. Even though I was told this is my new school, in the back of my head it doesn't feel like one. I wonder if the feeling is real or caused by my expectations of a school for the disabled.
It might have something to do that apparently every fucking student gets their own dorm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Is that how dorms usually work? I figure people usually have like people share dorms, and then.
Well, you usually have roommates.
Yeah.
I think in most cases, like there are single rooms, and you can like room by yourself if you want to. Typically, first years don't. Alex and I are both weird exceptions of that, though, because like, well, his roommate shit just didn't work out, so we got a single room, and I have my shit.
I assume over here it's for like the fact that you don't want to actually hit someone with your prosthetic and you need space to get in the wheelchair or something. That would be helpful. So you don't like beat the crap out of each other on accident.
Maybe. I don't know. It makes me wish that there was somebody here so I could anchor myself to something tangible instead of having this feeling that I stepped into another dimension. The trees hum with the wind and the green hues flashing all around me catch my attention. It makes me think about hospitals again. How they say that the operating rooms are painted green because green is a calming color. So why am I feeling so anxious despite all this greenery?
This is when he realizes he's actually the Hulk.
God damn it.
This is actually Marvel AU where every superhero was this bullshit little boy.
I mean...
And he just slowly...
Steve Rogers?
He just slowly becomes everything.
Only after I stand in front of the haughty main building, I surprise myself by realizing why the gate bothered me.
I didn't understand how this school got so much funding.
Yeah, what the actual fuck?
Considering I'm pretty sure the Japanese national debt's worse than America's.
It was the last chance I had to turn back, even if I had no life I could return to.
You can go through that gate whenever the fuck you want.
Yeah, just run.
No, I mean like literally, they go into town all the time. Like
yeah, well, okay, don't run.
Don't run. Walk at a brisk pace.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Briskly walk. You said that feels good.
If you're starting to feel tired, slow the fuck down.
Don't keep trying to race the track star, please. But still, after entering, there was absolutely no way I could go back anymore. Feeling nervous and with this realization set in my head, I opened the front door.
It kind of looks like they took a picture of a school and then just put it through a filter in Photoshop.
Hello. A tall man with bad posture notices me as I enter. We're the only people in the lobby, so it's only logical. What?
Stephen Hawking.
Shut the fuck up.
You must be... Give me a second.
Why? Why?
That's evil. I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ.
You must be Nikki.
How the fuck do I say that?
Nakai.
Nakai?
So you are. Excellent. I'm your homeroom and science teacher. My name is Muto. Welcome.
We exchange a handshake that is neither firm nor sloppy, and he looks at his watch.
The head nurse asked you for a brief check-in visit, but there is no time for that now.
Oh, should I go later?
Yeah, afternoon is probably fine. We should get going and introduce you to the rest of your class. They're waiting already.
Waiting for me? I don't really like being the center of attention, but I guess it's inevitable for a situation like this. Somehow, not knowing what's waiting for me makes me feel really nervous. Well, no shit! Thinking of this, I almost miss what the teacher's saying.
Do you want to introduce yourself to the class?
Shit. God, I don't know which...
What is the Jeopardy theme music?
Just fucking go with... Yeah, of course. Yeah, sure, I mean, isn't that normal?
Of course, but not everyone likes to be at the center of attention.
I'm probably one of those people, but I guess I should be the one to give the first impression of myself. Right, but it's no problem.
Let's go then.